The cries of a grieving Kuki-Zo community echoed through Manbi as the lifeless body of Lalgothang Singsit, who was gunned down by security forces on March 8, will finally be laid to rest today at the Kuki-Zo Martyrs Cemetery, Paisang, Sadar Hills, Kamupi District, after lying unclaimed for days at the Kamupi District Hospital morgue. On March 8, during a protest against the Union Home Minister's free movement policy, Lalgothang Singsit was shot dead at this very spot by the security forces escorting an MST bus. He lied in a pool of blood, barely 50 meters from his residence, marking yet another dark and tragic day for his people. His death, shrouded in unanswered questions and failed promises of justice, has left his community heartbroken and enraged. The government may have labelled him a villain for opposing its policies, turning a deaf ear to the Kuki-Zo leaders' relentless efforts to seek peace during two failed negotiations. However, to his grieving community, he was a hero, a man who sacrificed his today for the future of his people. His death is not just a loss, but a painful reminder of a struggle that refuses to be silenced. The Kuki-Zo community also considered Lalgothang Singsit as a martyr who saved a life before losing his own. In his final moments, Lalgothang Singsit proved the true depth of his bravery and sacrifice. Before he was gunned down by the security forces, he saved an injured person, risking his own life, ensuring their safety even as danger closed in. Moments later, he was struck down, giving his life not just for one, but for his entire Kuki-Zo community. The Committee on Tribal Unity, CO2, had stood unwavering in its demands: cancellation of free movement along National Highway 2, as well as a judicial inquiry into the Superintendent of Police Kangpokpi along with his immediate transfer. But their pleas fell on deaf ears, their unrelentless pursuit of justice met with cold indifference. After two failed negotiations, the painful truth sank in: justice would not come through dialogue. Realizing that their voices would not be heard by those in power, CO2, along with the victims' bereaved family, as well as the tribal leaders of Sadar Hills, came to a heartbreaking decision that they would no longer plead for justice with a government that refused to listen. With shattered hearts and a sorrow too deep for words, they finally claimed Lalgothang's body and brought him home to Manbi yesterday, not as a mere victim, but as a martyr whose sacrifice will forever be etched in the souls of his people. After a heart-wrenching night of condolences and mourning at his Mandi residence, the Kukizo community with heavy hearts took to the streets in thousands, all draped in black, in a powerful coffin rally to Martyr's Cemetery in Paisa. As you can see, a procession of vehicles behind me, each bearing a black flag, moves solemnly towards the cemetery, accompanying the lifeless body of Lalgothang Singsit on his final journey. With every step, they pay their last tribute, honoring him not just as a fallen son, but as a martyr whose sacrifice will never be forgotten. The Union Home Minister's attempt to impose so-called peace through the controversial free movement policy has been shattered by the sacrifice of Lalgothang Singsit, proving beyond doubt that true peace cannot be forced, it can be earned by first addressing the deep-rooted issues at the heart of this conflict. His death stands as a stark reminder that injustice and unresolved grievances cannot be silenced by mere policies, but only through genuine dialogue and justice. Lalgothang Singsit's body has finally arrived here at the Martyr Cemetery in Paisang, where his funeral is currently underway. The Kukizo people, with heavy hearts and tear-filled eyes, gathers here to bid a final farewell to their fallen martyr. Amidst solemn hymns, prayers, a gun salute, and an overwhelming sense of loss, the Kukizo people stand united not only in mourning but in unwavering resolve. As he is laid to rest, his sacrifice becomes a symbol of their struggle, their resistance, and their unyielding demand for justice.
Nampimina mulemsa tatspal algothang zana bet
ipi ho imit sing so ke hote
It's 10 o'clock at night and we're on National Highway 2 in Kapopi, waiting for the stranded vehicles since the lifting of the indefinite shutdown by the KZC. However, till now there is no vehicle seen to be plying on the national highway. We also met the KZC chairman and interviewed him. What is KZC's decision regarding the indefinite shutdown now that the burial of Lalgotang Singsit has been completed?
Thank you, Hills Mozo. Yes, today we came over to Kangpukpi with some of the cabinet of Kukizo Council, and it is very good that we could have a very good burial today. And then the shutdown was actually because of the free movement which has been ordered by the government in opposition that Mr. Lal Gautang has been slain. So the shutdown continue till date. But as of now, since the burial has been done with a tribal custom, we have lifted the shutdowns which was imposed 1 to 3 days back.
You mentioned the free movement policy. Can you tell me what the KZC's reaction or views on it?
You see, day before yesterday, we had a meeting with MHA in Churachandpur with the KZC and other CSO as well. And then at that juncture, my question was, it is not the right time to impose forced peace at this juncture because the enmity between the Meitei and the Kukizo has been very deep rooted. So the first thing what is to be done is cessation of hostility. I told them that it is not appropriate that I should use a ceasefire at this juncture. So cessation of hostility must be done with the two warring group initiated by the MHA or the government of India. And then after that, we have to take it step by step. And then regarding free movement, also it should be in consideration after that only. That is what I told the MHA. I think this might be taken into consideration as well.
Earlier today, you had said this is a political war. Could you please elaborate on that?
Yes, we have been fighting for more than 18 months. Now it is 22 or more. So the past 2 months has been, there is no firing, I should say. But now the political movement has started after the KZC Kukizo Council has come into being. Now we are starting a political movement. Together we stand with the Sioux group. Together we stand with the MLA as a tripod. Now we have to go and have a diplomatic talks or a dialogue in a table which is to be led by the government of India.
What message would you like to give to the Kukizo people?
Yes, today I'd like to give one message only to the Kukizo people today, that even if we are to die or even if we are to survive, we have to keep in mind that it is a land issue and we should strive for it, whether it be democratic or whether it should be in democratic manner. I request all the Kukizo brethren that everyone should keep in mind that we have to work together, hand in hand, to achieve a goal for a survival. Thank you.
In a pivotal development, the Kukizo Council has officially announced the lifting of the indefinite shutdown as of 7:30 p.m. 13 March 2025, following careful deliberation after the burial of Lalgotang Singsit today. However, the Council has issued a stern warning that while normalcy is being restored, The free movement policy, as proposed by the Home Ministry, will be vehemently opposed. The Kuki-Zo leadership asserts that such a move threatens to undermine the ongoing pursuit of justice for their people. The council has reaffirmed its unwavering demand of a separate political administration ensuring justice, safety and peace for the Kuki-Zo community. It has also called upon the relevant authorities to recognize their legitimate aspirations and work towards a just and lasting resolution. Until justice is delivered, the Kuki-Zo people remain resolute, vowing that the blood of their martyrs will not be spilled in vain. The fight for self-determination, dignity and rightful governance continues. The struggle lives on. Nunhoy Ngailut, reporting for Hills Mojo, Kangpopi District Headquarters, Kangpopi.